Think about them, not you. So often, whether we're trying to be influential with a job search or talk to our family, the natural inclination can really be to focus on ourselves because that's how we experience the world. We experience the world through our own senses, through our own perspective. Psychologists actually have a word for it. It's called the spotlight effect. And because of that effect, it's very natural for us to, frankly, be self centered. The issue is that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's walking around with a spotlight on themselves, thinking about themselves. So if we operate that way in the world, our spotlight is just kind of bumping up against other people's spotlights, and that is no bueno, right? So the opportunity, and this isn't something we can do all the time, but we can do it anytime we're mindful enough or we slow down enough to be really influential, or we're applying for a job, or we're speaking to a crowd, is to talk about them, think about them. And when we do that from the other person's perspective, it's such a novelty. I don't know if you've ever experienced going into like a reception and going through it, and when you leave, you realize that nobody the whole time asked you anything about you. If that's your experience, that means you did a great job if you were trying to do any kind of networking, right? Because that means that you spent the entire time making other people feel seen, heard, and understood. Now, look, that's not particularly enjoyable, especially if you're just trying to relax and have fun. So don't do that. But if you're working, if you're trying to be influential, if you're trying to spread a message, if you're trying to sell anything, that's not a bad place to be, because when we make people feel seen, heard, and understood, it lowers their guard. And when their guard's lowers, then we can be influential. Now, obviously, look, don't use this for evil. Some people do, and that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is doing this from a really virtuous place so that you can make a positive impact on the world, is what we're talking about. This is one of the things I talk about in the Get Hired Fast workshop that I offer, and we've got one coming up. So if you're not already signed up and you're on the job hunt, what on earth are you waiting for? Notice I'm talking about you. That's what we're talking about at the upcoming workshop. So if that's something you're interested in, I sure hope you that you'll join, and hope to see you there. But regardless, spend some of today talking about them more than you, and watch the miracles that unfold. Because when you do that, it's a sure way for you to win.